So it's been 2 years of COVID, and when we're talking about COVID, South Africa is one of the countries that was the hardest hit on the continent. But we're back bigger and better when it comes to tourism, and Africa's Travel in Themba is a big gateway opener for tourism in South Africa. And so for this exclusive interview, we're looking at the recovery plan for South Africa, Africa Travel in Themba, how the experience has been, and also what South Africa seeks to achieve with tourism going forward. And to help us do this, we're talking with the CEO of South African Tourism, Mr. Themba Khumalo. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me, and good morning to you too.
Good morning. I must say South Africa is such a beautiful country. We've been having a great time so far.
The weather since we've been here has been absolutely amazing. It's been blue skies, no rain in sight, big smiles, everybody having a good time. So it's been fantastic. Yeah,
it's been fantastic for us as well. But during the opening of the ATI, you made mention of the fact that as Africans, we have to tell the narrative the African way and tell our stories. Do you think we've done enough when it comes to telling our stories the right way?
I think we do tell our stories. I think we haven't been intentional about which stories we need to tell and with what level of intensity. So if you look over the last, say, 20, 30 years, the way in which Africa has been portrayed to the world and the way in which the world has projected Africa back to us, there are very certain, sets of narratives, hunger, starvation, drought, lack, The African continent is a continent of abundance. It's a continent of creativity. It's a continent of vibrancy. It's a continent of, joy. And what we need to do is look at each of those negative messages that have endured over time and tell stories that counter that with the same level of intensity and frequency with which, it was told over time, and literally erase each one of those negative stories.
You took over in 2021 as a CEO, and as of 2021, the world was still battling with the pandemic. And as a CEO, what are some of the things you put in place to cushion the tourism sector and also your people as well?
Yes, well, I actually took over in this role in December of 2021. So it's been only just a few months.
Yes.
My craft is I'm a marketing person. So what we did is we looked at our research, we looked at what has been happening throughout the pandemic, and we looked at how we're going to position ourselves coming out of the pandemic, because we can't just come out of a pandemic the same way in which we went in. So a lot of businesses were lost. That is, a fact. It's a global fact. A lot of businesses were lost. A lot of livelihoods were lost. But right in the middle of the pandemic, new products, new hotel groups, new entertainment product was developed. New experiences were discovered. New entrepreneurs, were born to the sector. So the quality, and, the vibrancy and the dynamism of the tourism sector, not just in South Africa, but across the continent, I believe is actually at its best now. It's no longer just all the legacy product. What we have now is we've got a lot more, youth. We've got a lot more, multicultural experiences that have been developed. And we also have deeper cultural experiences that have been developed and have been commercialized. So I believe that we're in better shape now than we were when we went into the pandemic.
And in being in a better shape and all of that, there should be a recovery plan as well. The ATI opening and having a lot of people coming here to experience the beauty of South Africa is a good step. But going forward, what are the other plans in place to let the sector bounce back and be even more active than it has been over the years?
Okay, so a couple of things. So the first thing that we did is we looked at both, our leisure and business events sectors. And from a leisure standpoint, we launched our campaign, Live Again.
Okay.
Live Again, is an insight that comes from the fact that people have been, really deprived of the privilege of travel, have been deprived of, enjoying their own countries and their own spaces. Life the way in which we've known it has kind of ended, and we need to live, okay, and not be in fear.
Yeah.
And again is a continuous repetitive way of saying we need to improve the quality of our lives, we need to improve the quality of the way in which we engage, we need to have a deeper appreciation for one another and a deeper appreciation for the tourism product that surrounds us and that is available not just in South Africa but across the continent. The second part of it is we looked at our business events area and we said, the business events space, the gathering of people had been shut down. And, it's an invitation. We said, we are open for business, but you can't just take your strategy and slap it into your campaign. So the campaign from a business event standpoint says open doors. And open doors is not just, to say the doors are open for us to do business. But the doors are open for new ideas. The doors are open for new collaborations, for new partnerships. And that is where we're at now. And I'd like to give you some statistics about what has happened here at Africa's Travel Indaba.
Sure.
Speed marketing is a product that is used worldwide. It's a technique that we use to bring SMMEs and put them in front of international buyers that they would not normally have had access to. And we've had 60 of those sessions so far.
Wow. Across
here on the same floor. And SMMEs have now had market access to international buyers that they would not normally have had. The second one is that this product that, over time has not been recognized, has not been discovered. So we spend the whole year trying to find new, fresh ideas. And we found 90 of those, 90, and brought them here to Indaba for the very first time so they can experience what it's like to be fully immersed and fully engaged in the sector. The other one is that we brought in 120 SMME product, okay, on a hosted basis to make sure that this particular product, even though they might have been here before, but that they get that continuous, market access. And we have numerous, countries from the continent that, have come here to exhibit. But Cabo Verde came here for the very, very first time.
Wow.
And, we are very excited, that we're getting, new countries that are, now beginning to engage in, on this platform. So absolutely, absolutely excellent. We've had 5,300 registered delegates, which excludes those that just arrived on the day,
Ooh.
So we are anticipating that by the time we close the tally, we could have up to 8,000, delegates that have come in. And we've had 486 buyers, international buyers coming in to buy product. And from the USA, which during now the last part of the lockdown has been the fastest growing market to South Africa, surpassing the UK in many respects. And they brought in 50 buyers out of North America. So clearly, I'm coming back to the point that you're raising about tourism recovery.
Yeah.
The recovery started in the middle of lockdown, when new products were born, when new experiences were born. And this is just the evidence, it's the commercial evidence of the fact that the recovery is well underway.
Ghana and South Africa, there's always been a very good relationship, and we're glad to be here and continue fostering that relationship. But do you think it can get better? And what are your thoughts on the relationship between Ghana and South Africa as well?
So, as I said, my opening comment was about being intentional.
Yeah.
The relationship between South Africa and Ghana from a tourism standpoint exists, but I don't think it's as deliberate and as intentional as it can be. And one of the things that we're going to do going forward, it's a commitment that I've made here at Africa's, Travel Indaba, is to be a lot more intentional about what we do. I should be a regular feature at Afrochella, for example.
Yeah.
I should be, but I'm not, and that is the intentionality that I'm talking about. So going forward, those are the kind of things that we need to do. And it's not just only about Afrochella. It's about, if I decide, with my family that we're going on a holiday, I shouldn't be looking anywhere else except somewhere on the continent, including just saying, I'm going to go on a holiday in Ghana, I'm going to go to Accra, I'm going to go to Kumasi, and I'm going to immerse myself in the Ghanaian culture. And I believe that should be my next holiday, and it will be.
Definitely. And now let's talk about music. Amapiano. Very popular in Ghana, everywhere. We came here and everyone is like dancing and all excited about it as well. But how are things going when it comes to music as well? I mean, music and tourism, they go hand in hand.
Absolutely. I mean, there is no tourism without the entertainment platform that that surrounds it. And if you were there at the at the party on Tuesday night,
yes.
That was the order of the day. I mean, it was a wild party. It was fantastic, and it was great just to be able to immerse all the delegates from around the world in that single platform of the the music genre that was born here in South Africa. That platform, it is booming internationally. I mean, you'll be in even Arabic parts of the world, and that would be the music being played. So I believe that South Africa has made a huge contribution to to music internationally, to the body of work internationally. Fashion as well is a big part, a big part of it. Food. I mean, the gastronomy experience, with the chefs yesterday was absolutely outstanding. So all of those elements, we continue to bring them in, and make sure that the relationship between linear tourism product is fully integrated into the music, into the fashion, into the food, into everything that it makes us unique as Africans.
You mentioned Kumasi and Afuchela, so it means you know your Ghanaian stuff. But who's your favorite Ghanaian musician?
You put me on the spot. I actually can't pick one right now.
So meaning you have a number of them?
No. So here's the thing. Music, for me, music is music, and the way in which I consume music is not to know this artist or that artist or this artist. It's just to enjoy the music, as it is. Even if you ask me the same question about Amapiano here in South Africa, I wouldn't be able to tell you, this artist or that artist. For me, it is the way the music makes you feel at any given point in time. Because at times you feel like dancing, so you would dance, right?
Yeah.
But at times you just want to chill, But all of that music, is what feeds your soul, it's what feeds your mind, it's what rejuvenates you and what keeps you not only human, but uniquely African.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khumalo, for your time. We're very grateful. And regards from all my fellow Ghanaians to you. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for having me on your show.